Welcome to the Wager Makers Podcast with Webb and Smitt.
Brick by brick, baby. I'm freaking out, Webb.
I was told there'd be no man. Stupidity's going to be an asset. What a bunch of crybabies.
Hello, my name is Steve Smith, and this is Rob Weber. Say hey, Webb.
Hello. What's up, Smitt?
Hey, buddy. I'm Smitt. That's Webb, and we are the Wager Makers, and this is the Wager Maker Podcast. Webb, this is Wager Maker Podcast number 43.
43, Smitt. Time flies. 43
Hard
is
to
a
believe we've been
difficult
doing
number.
this. 43. Yeah. What do you got for number 43?
I'm sure I just did a little quick research. So Palomalu and then Dennis Eckersley.
Yeah.
Both good players with the hair. So decent. We did miss last week. We did miss your boy Mariano Rivera.
Yeah, I couldn't believe, man. I think Todd Lewis brought that up to me last week, and I couldn't believe I let Mariano Rivera go by the wayside. Certainly, I don't think he would surpass Jackie Robinson anyway with what he did for the game. But Mariano, man, he's the best of the closer's kind of a newer thing, not an all-time thing to have a closers and stuff like that. But certainly, he's been the best to do it up to this point, I think.
Yeah, I'm definitely tough to beat. And, I think with Jackie Robinson, we both just settled on 42, and that was it. I missed James Worthy, too. That was a big miss for me. So we both Jackie Robinson ruled the day, but I think we just kind of both let it slide once we knew didn't do too much thinking about it after we knew about him.
All right. So, all right. So show number 43, we'll go Palomalu. I think they said Richard Petty. Obviously, we aren't big NASCAR guys.
Yep.
Eckersley, another great closer. Great closer.
Yeah.
So certainly some good 43s. 44 will be a tough one next week. Lots of 44s. Yep. It's got a little fullback. It's a good fullback number.
It is.
Got 44s are tough guys.
Yeah, right. Yep. I didn't even have to. I got a couple. I didn't even do anything. I could just start rattling them off. But we'll see what we come up with.
Right. There's definitely a body type for the 44.
That's right. That's right.
So. All right, so sorry we missed last week a little bit. We're a little bit behind this week, and I'll take full responsibility for that. We were going to do one last week, and something came up, and then we were going to do one Saturday morning, and we wanted to we were excited. Well, first of all, let's say we're excited. This is going to be hopefully our first video podcast. So if you're listening to on Spotify or anything like that, hopefully by tomorrow this will be up on our YouTube channel, and you can see what it looks like in our studios here.
That's right. And what do you see? High tech
studios going on.
That's
so
right.
Yeah. So hopefully if this all works well, we'll be a video on our YouTube channel. That's the Wager Makers YouTube channel, so that we can see how that works out and go from there. Who knows? The sky's the limit with
next
this
thing. That's right.
Yeah.
Stranger things have happened. Tell a friend. Brick by brick, baby.
You tell two friends, they tell two friends.
That's
just like the coronavirus.
That's
just like the coronavirus. We'll spread this bitch.
COVID-19. That's
yeah,
right.
It's funny because you sound a lot smarter if you say COVID-19 than the coronavirus.
You're much more sophisticated. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, you got to social distance anyway, so everyone just watch our YouTube channel.
Right, that's right. If you say coronavirus, it sounds like something you caught on spring break at the beach.
Yeah, right.
I got the coronavirus.
Yeah. It's like the Irish flu.
Yeah, I went to Cancun. I came back with the coronavirus.
Right.
So COVID-19, that shit sounds legit.
Right. Uh-oh. You're sick.
Yeah. It's not COVID. I don't got COVID-18. I got COVID-19, motherfucker.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. So we're not making light of the situation. Obviously, we're all in this together. But hey, if you can't make some fun of some shit, what else can you? I've been enjoying Webb, our little group text we got going with some guys from home back in the day, guys, and stuff like that. It's been helping us get through this. So if you got people to reach out to out there, friends, old friends, there's no time like the present to reach out to some old friends and have a laugh with them. We're having a good time with that.
Oh yeah, definitely. It definitely passes the time and kind of commiserate and just talk about some old funny shit from back in the day. So it definitely helps with this. I don't know, these strange times we're dealing with.
Right. So did you do anything great this week, Webb? Anything going on?
Do I do anything great? No, man. Just, hung around. Same stuff. I'm here. Still here. Shooting some hoops with Devin, throwing the softball around, trying to run and do some bicycle and push-ups.
So the weather's a little better up there. You can just get out and shoot the hoop a little bit now?
Sometimes. It's on and off. It's hit and miss. Today was real nice. But the other pad, we had a couple days that was rough. Crazy wind and rain, sideways rain. So, we try to take advantage of it. But those rainy days are tough, man. You can't, it's, some real cabin fever.
All right, we've had nothing but the most perfect weather of all time here for every day of the last month. That storm that hit you, I guess today and yesterday, zipped through here. I guess it was a couple days ago, and it was supposed to be real bad here. It did get bad up in North Louisiana and up in Mississippi with some tornadoes and stuff. A few people died, but not in New Orleans. Man, it's been nice here it's been nice every day. 75, 80, sunny for a month.
Yeah, that just makes it that much harder.
Yeah.
Around here, man, once it's nice, you see people, all kinds of people pushing baby strollers, jogging, running. There's kids playing golf across the street in the park. It's you can really tell when it's nice and people just dying to get out.
Right. So I'm almost looking forward to like a good rainy day. Then I won't feel so
exactly
slug and shit.
Exactly. I'm working too, so it's tough. So at least I kind of passes some of the time, but it's still tough. Much rather be out. How are you doing with your? What have you mastered so far? I know we saw your guitar playing mastery.
You helped me out. You helped me out last time because I was overwhelmed by so many things that I wanted to get done. So I took the pressure off myself a little bit, and so I did pick up the guitar, Webb.
I've seen some video
and played a couple things, but I'm laying away from the screenplay thing because to me there's nothing I could come up with that could be more suspenseful than what the fuck's going on in the real world right now.
Right. What's stranger, truth or fact or fiction? Right.
Everything I thought I could write that would be great stories right now, I'm like, well, that sucks. It's nothing like to do with the coronavirus. Right.
You got to be way off the wall to kind of beat reality at this point. Yeah.
Right. So I hold off on that. I thought a little bit about just straight up learning enough about the coronavirus to come up with a vaccine myself.
Hey, that's probably I encourage that. That's a good idea. I think. Why don't you take care of this for us?
I think I might have to because it's taking too long. And
right,
look,
it's enough
guys, I'm sure they're all brilliant guys. These virus guys and the guy. What's the guy that talks with Trump every day? Whatever the fuck his name is. I forget. Right. The smart guy.
Right.
And then But let's face it, with online learning these days, I could get on there. I'll pop on a couple seminars about viruses, and I'll start working on something in the lab.
YouTube video. We'll have a virus. We'll have a serum, whatever antidote in a couple days.
Vaccine. Get the vaccine going.
Right.
Yeah, because why these guys? They're no smarter than the normal guy. They just went to the classes.
That's right. They showed up.
Right. You can take the classes online now.
Right. You can take it from your couch.
But I did learn I've learned a couple things on the guitar. I got a couple chords I learned, and Nick Perone, if you want to reach out and teach me a little something, does he play guitar?
He does. Yeah, he was a high school legend. Absolutely.
Oh, is that right? All right. Yep. So I learned a couple chords, but going from the C to the G to the D, I'm a little slow at that. So I keep practicing. But I learned a couple riffs, and if you don't mind, I have the guitar right here. Maybe
what a coincidence! No, why don't you play us something?
Right. We'll see if you can hear that. First, I want to say that. Can you hear that?
I can.
You can hear that?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys saw. I got the Spirits on Bourbon guitar.
Right. Look at that. Nice. That's a nice one.
Just happened to be sitting around my house. I got a Turtle Bay. I got a Turtle Bay one. I got a Turtle Bay one too. I'm still learning about this amp stuff, but I played a little Ozzy. Let's see if I can get the Ozzy one going.
Do it. And a little Crazy Train.
Yeah.
Sound like Tony Iommi.
I didn't really warm up. See, I didn't really warm up.
No, that's what I thought it was.
It's a little bit.
Take your time.
Well, I could do a little bit Nirvana too. Man, this is a lot harder on live because
you think?
The pressure's on. I'm kind of nervous.
Yeah,
I was doing it earlier. I was doing it earlier.
No one's watching.
That's for sure. Oh yeah, that takes the pressure off. Actually.
I got a little bit of it there. A little come as you are.
Got that? That's a little Nirvana. A
little bit.
Nirvana. Damn, let me. And then I got some Stones too. Damn it, man! It's so close.
All right, what's that?
We can't get no satisfaction.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh yeah, all right. I got you.
All right, but I want to hit that Crazy Train one time. All right, right, never mind. That's enough.
Yeah, that's it. You know what? You got time. You got time.
Right.
There's no end. We got at least a month.
Yeah, but I mean, I got something going. I got something working with the guitar.
Hey, you're doing more than me.
All right. I bet everybody's feeling much safer about that vaccine getting fucking found out now.
That's right.
No, I didn't have a beer. Got my Corona going.
I
was gonna go with the Makers tonight, but I'm gonna wait on that. But hey, thank you, by the way. Webb sent me for my birthday, 50th birthday, a few days, bottle of Maker's Mark. It did not get here yet, but I have some here anyway.
It should be on the way.
But it's on the way. I got the notification saying it's on the way. So
speaking of Maker's Mark and Corona, we are open for any and all sponsorship availabilities. We are absolutely for sale. Merchandise, product placements, sponsorship, any and all of the above. Guest appearance. So please, here you go. Ice cold Corona, lime, whatever you want. We're Tropicana, whatever. Anybody.
It's not just for viruses anymore. That could be their
right.
New tagline.
We'll bring them right out of the doldrums here. We'll bring Corona right back.
All right. So I guess people are probably waiting for us to talk something about sports instead of me doing my dumb ass shit. So last week, Webb, and I'll probably go off on a little fucking bullshit about this too, because I'm blabbermouth. But last week on Monday night, greatest night of my life was rebroadcast on Monday Night Football. I was going to talk a lot about that last week, but obviously we took a little time getting to our next show here. The Saints versus the Falcons, first game after the Superdome.
Yeah, we were all there. It's a bunch of us there.
All there. It was amazing. I remember. So life after Katrina kind of reminds me a little bit about life right now. It was a lot similar to life after Katrina. I remember going to work every day, and we were one of the first places open after the storm, and we were in the first places with food open after the storm. And I remember going to work every day and passing by the Superdome, and it had shit hanging off of it, and the roof half ripped off, and all kinds of just disgusting looking building. And eventually they put up a sign or something outside the dome. It looked a lot like that banner behind you, Webb, hanging there.
Yeah, right.
It just said Saints versus Falcons kickoff September 9th, whatever the date was. And I remember passing by it on the way to work every day, man, every day. And so by the time we got into the dome that night, man, it was just such an awesome event. But I didn't realize, like, I remembered U2, I remembered the block punt, all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure by then I was just probably a little bit incoherent at that point, but I didn't remember it was kind of a boring game in general.
I didn't. I remember the block punt, and it was just kind of all going crazy from there. And I remember I was very tempted to bet on the Falcons, and I didn't do it. So I was just kind of enjoying the fact that I wasn't a douchebag and went against the feel good stuff. So and I was happy to be. It was fun, and that's cool that they had. I mean, that must have been like a light at the end of the tunnel when they put that banner up there. You're like, at least eventually it's going to open. Yeah, I mean it's. Around here right now, it reminds me very, very much of Sandy after Superstorm Sandy, where it's almost very, very similar. Just at least there's the weather's better. Obviously, it's not as cold as it was, and at least there's lights and stuff. But it seems the same. It's all that eerie type weirdness.
Right, exactly. That just kind of feeling of the unknown and going through the day-to-day mundane shit, but also of not knowing what's happening next. And the cool thing about that was, like, even I would go to work every day, and there would be, even in the quarter, be a curfew, and we'd be waiting on guys that were a lot of them first responders and military guys. There'd be 18-year-olds with big machine guns. I'm not a big gun guy. I don't know what it was called, whatever, but the big M16s would walk in regularly, and then a couple guys lived in areas of the city that were kind of still didn't have electricity and really uninhabitable at the time, but they still had their place there. So that's where they would sleep at night. So I'd drive them home from work at night sometimes when the curfew would be up, and we'd get stopped every night by Humvees and people hopping out around us with the machine guns. And every night we'd have to put our hands up and say, hey, man, we're just coming from the quarter. We just got done working. I'm dropping these guys off. They live here and stuff like that. But it was just a weird time. And I remember that knowing that date was coming, and that, I mean, I'm sure for a lot of, I didn't think about it as big at the time, but for a lot of businesses to know that the Saints were going to be back for a whole season is a huge thing. And that's why today our mayor, I kind of stuck up for her last week. She said some dumbass shit on the fucking TV today. So she basically Jazz Fest and French Quarter Fest, which are usually going on right about now, had already postponed about a month ago and rescheduled for October, which October is pretty far away. That's 6 months away from now. So in the grand scheme of things, for businesses and for locals and people in the hospitality industry in New Orleans, that could be something to look forward to. Say, okay, well, at least we know.
Right. Eventually,
in October, we know we got French Quarter Fest, Jazz Fest, Halloween. We got the Saints will be playing all this shit, so it'll be back up and running. She comes out on her press conference today and goes, "Listen, I'm gonna highly recommend that all those events are canceled and put just into 2021." Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, if you're not going to have those, then you're basically saying the Saints aren't going to play either. That's what I take that as.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me. They're definitely going to have football. They're having a draft. I mean, there's everything. I can't. I'm not thinking that. I'm not thinking that.
I don't know. I just think there was no reason for that bitch to say that at this point.
Right. I mean,
nobody knows. Nobody knows. 6 months ago, nobody ever heard of coronavirus. Now you know that shit's not going to be open. Come on, man.
Yeah, we're on the other side of this thing.
We closed our bars before they even made us. We closed them, and I'm all about doing the right thing, but come on, man. Let's you gotta show some people the light at the end of the tunnel, give them something to shoot for at this point.
I mean, if it's October and we're not doing shit, life is going to be drastically different.
Going on my courses to learn some other trade is what I'm
You better learn how to, fillet a deer or whatever, butcher a deer or something. Because that's where you're going to get your food from. It's going to be, that's an apocalypse at that point.
Exactly.
And it's funny you mentioned that the Humvees and stuff, because that was how it was for Katrina too, or for Sandy here. I think Garjoul was here, and we had to go. We went to get he likes this place here, the deli here in Spring Lake. We had to go from the Heights and there was the National Guard had those big Humvees and the dudes with the machine guns and shit. So we had to tell them we're just going over there to get over the train tracks coming to Spring Lake. We're just going over there to get a sandwich. So it was bizarre. It's bizarre, man. And I think actually Perone was down. Actually, he's a National Guard guy. He was down in New Orleans to help with the cleanup for Katrina in some capacity.
All right. So we're gonna get off this bullshit.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some sports. What do you got?
Another Saints. Tom Dempsey was in the news there with the big club-footed toe jam kicker.
He had the NFL's longest kick for a long, long time. I think it was in the last couple of years it got passed. He had 63-yarder.
Yep. And that was the other dude who broke it was in Denver, I think. So with the altitude definitely had something to do with that. And needless to say, he kicked it against the Cowboys, of course. It was against
is that right?
Yeah. Unbelievable.
I think Nick Barone wanted us to mention, I didn't watch it the other night. I guess they had a Dallas Cowboys replay from the 9/11 game. So they're showing these Monday night games.
Yeah, these big games. Yeah. That was
like the Saints game, and then they said that at the game after 9/11 for the Jets.
Yep, but it's another buzzsaw game for the Cowboys. Tough. What do you think? They're doing the new uniforms. Why are they going to come out with new uniforms if they're not going to start the season?
I don't know, because they're fucking trying to sell shit. That's NFL's a fucking marketing.
It's all it is.
Machine.
That's it.
I told you. The minute we put in the final payment for our season tickets, then they're going to start talking about, well, this might be funny, and I'm gonna be $5,000 into Gail Benson.
That's right. Yeah,
she's gonna be $5,000 into me.
Right. She needs your $5,000.
She needs my $5,000 real quick. Oh, and then we'll start talking about shit. Meanwhile, they're having a draft. This is gonna be pretty funny. So all the NFL guys, mostly a bunch of old ass fucking dudes, even older than us, a lot of them. And so they're gonna have their draft all from their houses and Zoom and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Hey, you saw your grandpa use a VCR and all that kind of shit.
Right. Yeah. Use a cell phone.
Right. I guess they'll all have their own special tech guy waiting there for them.
They've got to have a right on hand. Absolutely. It's got to be. I mean, I think they're having a rough draft or whatever, a run through this week, I think, maybe Friday.
Oh, really?
I saw something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
I would think, because that's all you need for your team to miss out on a pick.
Yeah. You go black, you freeze up. Yeah.
I lost Wi-Fi.
Maybe the train will come in the background when the Cowboys try to make the pick, like when we first started. What? Just hold on. That's the 6:15. Give me a minute.
Shit.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, 3 teams with the new uniforms, right?
Yeah, well, I saw the Falcons and the Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is going back to a little more of like the one they won a Super Bowl with.
Yeah. Yep.
Forget. I don't know if they call him Pewter or something. I don't know.
Yeah. And that's. I mean, I wonder if Brady wasn't there if they didn't if they wouldn't do that. That's interesting.
Well, Brady's also he's patented or copyrighted a few names now.
Like,
you saw that?
Yeah. You know that.
Tampa Bay.
That's fucking stupid.
And like Tampa Brady.
Yeah, I don't know. Or TB for TB and TB12, whatever. Good, I'm not the Brady hater, but that's enough of that shit.
I've never understood why Drew Brees didn't copyright the name Drew Orleans. Maybe because he's not a dumb fucking asshole. Maybe that's why he didn't fucking do it.
He never thought of it. He's gonna do it now. You'll see it. You'll see it next couple days. And then the other one, the Colts is the last one that did it.
Right. I saw the Falcons. They got the ATL on there. That's so stupid. It says like ATL.
I didn't see that. I don't know. They're doing what more with black.
He's ball shit.
We'll see. Yeah.
The NBA commissioner came out the other day, Webb, and said that basically, like we're all talking about, there's no reason to make any decision. There's no way you can make any decision or even think about doing anything until May 1st, and then we'll go from there. But there's also been talk about Major League Baseball moving their whole organization to Arizona and basically having the players camp out, no families, no nothing, not camp out, but have basically a fortress around the team and have them play 2-3 games a day in 2 or 3 stadiums in Arizona and just have them all right there.
To me, that doesn't, I mean, why not? If you want to get it going, you might as well. I saw Taiwan's baseball's back, and so is one of the South Korea, I guess, right? So they're actually playing, and that's, I guess, good news because that's where COVID-19 started, was over there. So at least you can kind of see that they're trying to get on with some type of, normalcy or whatever. I'm not sure what they're doing in terms of, the fans and stuff like that. But I did see that the NBA, they said they were looking at a 25-day, they need 25 days at minimum, like 11-day almost just stretching, whatever, and then a 14-day training camp. So 25 days to get back to the season. So that's something, And I like the MLB idea. Why not? I mean, just put them there. There's 3 or 4 stadiums. I mean, I'm sure any hotel chain would love to have,
right.
That's a drop in the bucket for a Major League Baseball team anyway. They're probably saving money, just buy out the hotel.
Yeah, they'd be traveling all around the country spending hotel room money anyway.
Right, exactly. So I mean, why not? Their Major League games played there on some level anyhow. I mean, I think it's a good idea. That's a way to get it going. I mean, I'm dying for something to get.
I'd watch it and bet on every fucking one of them.
Every game.
All day long.
Yep, no doubt. 100%. Or you could go the Dana White route and just buy an island or whatever he did. Or rent an island.
That's the way to go. But I think they said they're not going to do it either now or something. But they were going to buy an island, or they did buy an island. I think.
Yeah.
They acquired an island.
Right. Yeah. That's funny. But I saw something too. I think WWE is having some events. I don't know if there's any fans there, and I don't know how they can do that without fans in the stands. But I think I saw something like that as well.
I think they did a 2-night event that had WWE. I think there was even ways to gamble on it, but I don't know. Maybe someone,
any wrestling fans, let us know what we should be betting on.
I got a guy.
Of course.
Yeah. We have Corey Riley. He ain't doing nothing, sitting home with his family. I know he ain't doing shit.
Monmouth Park came out and said they were actually looking at, August. I think they're pushing it back, I think is what they said, an extra. The owner of Monmouth or whoever, one of the owners, majority owners, close with our governor, and he pushed it back, I think, until August. So that maybe, if that tells, at least we'll have some racing going on. And Derby is scheduled for September anyway, so there is stuff going on. At least they're planning some type of.
Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens, man. We'll see. I've got a quick question for you. Let's say they never play football again.
Okay.
Does that mean that LSU is the national champs forever?
No. They're just the lad. They're 2019 or 2019.
They're just the champions for all time.
No.
I don't know. I don't know. I saw that somewhere. So I guess this next week we're going to have definitely a more in-depth NFL draft show. we'll get more ideas of who's betting, who's going what. What are some of the best things you can bet on for the NFL draft, Web?
You can bet when Tua is going to go pick top 5, when Chase Young is going to go pick. You can pay who's going to be the number 1 pick, who's going to be the first receiver picked, first running back picked. There's a bunch of different props. I will definitely have money on that. And then we'll have a show prior. I think it's the 23rd. Friday night is a draft, right? So we'll have a show prior to that. We'll go through, maybe we can go through each team, even just see who we think we're going to pick. And then definitely have some bets, 3 or 4 bets, just to get some action going. There's a couple I liked. I thought Chase Young definitely going to go 2. I think the over under on him was 2.5. So if he goes 2, that's a winner. And I think Tua was 5. I'm not sure. That's interesting though, because if he goes to 6, it depends if Herbert goes over him at 5. That's Miami and then San Diego. So I would assume they're both taking quarterbacks. And I would take Tua before Herbert, but that's an interesting.
I would too, but I mean, the only question of Tua is health, and they say he's better, but of course they say he's better.
Right, of course. Yeah, and I would bet that Judy goes first for the receivers, but that's could be Lamb may go first, or maybe even Ruggs, and then the running backs are going to be. They're saying what's his name? Swift is going to be the first one to go. We'll see. And then as they said, I think the over/under on quarterbacks was 4.5 or 5 in the first round. I don't know that we're going to get to 5, right? But we'll go through it. We'll see.
We'll go through it. I'll take a closer look next week and see who's on the board, because that matters too. Who's on the board, what they need, what their needs are. Yep. Speaking of running backs, this has some effect. There's still some contract shit going back and forth between Alvin Kamara and the Saints, but McCaffrey for Carolina signed a huge deal yesterday. I think 4 years, $63 million, if I'm not mistaken.
Something like that, something ridiculous. He beat. I mean, it makes me feel better as a Cowboy fan now that we're not the only idiots paying the running back.
I hope the Saints don't do that. I don't think the Saints are going to do that for Kamara.
I don't know what these teams need to learn. Everyone who does it regrets it. I'm sure the Cowboys regret it. I regret giving them the money. Obviously the Rams regret it. But the one thing with McCaffrey, I mean, I don't know what the offense is going to be for them. I mean, Matt Rule, I don't know. They're just it seems like they got rid of a bunch of people, and now they give this they give this huge deal to the kid. So I don't know if that makes sense to me. Not only the fact that he's a running back, but I'm not sure what they're trying to do there.
I think the offense is probably going to be the same as it was last year. Pass the ball to McCaffrey, hand it to him. Pass it to him, hand it to him. Pass it to him, hand it to him.
Yep, and I think they got a decent receiver too. And then it's going to be McCaffrey. That's 80% of the time, and then as far as Bridgewater can throw it to, what's his name, DJ Clark, whatever, or DJ Moore, whatever. One of some receiver they had that was good. So, but by the time this contract is over, they're going to be probably the cycle will be back into being relevant. So I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't really make too much sense to me. He's more valuable, I think, maybe even as a trading block, but I guess you got to do something to get people in the stands.
Yep. I don't know. He's a good ball player. I think if you get some, I don't know where Carolina picks. We'll look at that. We're going to look closely at the draft next week and who needs what and when they pick and what can possibly go down. As long as the computers don't go down for the Saints guys, right. That's all that really matters.
Yeah, if you're Kim Jong-un, if you really want to fuck up America, jam up the or the Russians, Putin, jam up the NFL draft like it did everything else. You'll really see some piss.
That'd be the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, that'll be World War III right there.
When your team gets passed over for the draft pick.
That'll be World War III right there. That'll be enough to start. Everybody be signing up.
That might be what we need, though. We might need Jerry Jones on our side on this shit. Where's Jerry Jones doing all this shit? He should be finding a vaccine.
Right. I agree. All
right. And look, want to thank also Nick Perrone. He's got Webb, our intern. He's got Webb on Facebook now and on Twitter. What's your name on Facebook and Twitter? Do you remember?
So
I want Chad Arnold. I want you guys to all fucking start friending this guy.
Wager Makers Webb, I think. I guess I should get it on my phone.
Oh no, on Facebook it says Wager Maker. It says Rob Weber. It says Rob Weber, a wager maker. That's what it says. And it shows your cartoon picture. And you got 2 friends so far, Webb. You got me. You got me and Nick.
That's all I need.
All right.
That's all I need. That's perfect.
All right. So, and then he's on Twitter too, but and it's like the Wager Maker Web or something like that on Twitter, I think.
Yeah.
So I want to thank Nick Perone. We got to get you. We'll break you in slowly. The first step is there. Nick Perone took care of that. The intern took care of that.
That's right. So, yeah, he did good job.
All right.
Good job, Nick.
All right. And I don't know what else we got. What else we got, Webb?
You threw out the question: who's better, Burrow or Tim Tebow?
Yeah, I saw some people talking about it online the other day. You got any thoughts on that?
It's a no-brainer. Tebow was obviously the better college player. The dude, Burrow couldn't even beat out Justin Fields. I mean, the sun, the moon, and the stars aligned. Obviously, he had he may have had the greatest statistical season in college basketball, college football history, but Tebow definitely had a better career. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
How many did Tebow win national championship twice or just once?
I think twice.
And,
again,
and
that's a question.
One Heisman. I
guess.
Guess.
That's a question for the intern.
Yeah.
We're not going to get stuck on the facts. I'm going to say he won too.
Yeah, we don't get stuck on facts around here.
That's right.
All right.
And then the only other news I saw that I thought was interesting is the NBA, the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, who we got? We got Kobe,
Tim, KG, and Duncan. Yeah.
Solid crew.
Yeah, and
I think there was a coach. There was a coach or two in there too, I think.
And I'm sure there's a couple women players, but all of them that I saw were kind of no brainers that all made great sense. So that was happy to see that, and that's coincidence, I guess, that Kobe was eligible then since he passed away. That's
weird.
Sad, I guess. I'm sure that's just another reminder for the family and everything. So
yeah, weird with this coronavirus thing. The whole Kobe thing went out the news cycle pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that helps for the family. We'll see.
But all right. So I guess this was probably a good trial run. It's a little bit short episode. Maybe we'll get a little deeper into the facts of the NFL draft next week.
Definitely.
This will be a good dry run for our first video podcast. You can see how pretty we are.
That's right. Oh yeah. Face for radio, baby.
And if you ever get a chance, you should try one of these Coronas. They're new. They're really good.
They got the jungle juice. It's got the right mix. It's got the Bartolo Colon mix in there. It's the good juice.
Not just for viruses anymore.
That's right.
So, all right, Webb. What you got? Anything else?
Ah, man, that's good. We're good.
All right. Short and sweet tonight. I'll play around with this video thing. We'll see if we can get this going. And all right, folks. Thank you very much. Real quick, the usual stuff. I just want to say too. Make sure you listen to the show next week because we're going to be giving some tips on picks that you can make in this for gambling on the draft. And don't forget, we haven't lost a bet in almost 2 months now.
Dude, we are rolling.
I don't remember a time when we've been this hot, to be honest.
That's right. No losers.
I can't ever remember not losing a bet for 2 months.
That's right.
So you're going to want to hear. We're red hot. We're smoking hot.
Yeah.
So, all right, John Groh, thank you for the bumper music, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Google Play Music, Podbean, Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, all that stuff. Devin's going to hopefully tell you how to use YouTube. Thanks, Devin. And that's about it this time. Webb, take us out. Thank you all for listening. Everybody stay safe and healthy. Webb, take us out.
Thanks, everybody. Stay safe and healthy. Everybody, listen to Devi. YouTube is bigger than ever now. Notifications, likes, and subscriptions. Please, brick by brick, tell everybody. And also check out at the end. We have some credits rolling of everyone who helps us out. Our video, our intern.
Yeah, watch all the way to the end.
Everybody's famous. Everybody's getting a little piece. Every little piece of the action. So
all two fucking friends, motherfucker.
Yeah, thanks a lot, everybody. We'll be back next week. We'll make some money on the draft.